call the meeting of the Carbon County Board of Commissioners to order. Please rise for a moment of silence, prayer, and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Father, thank you for each body, mind, and heart of those participating in this meeting, as well as the lives we'll encounter afterwards. Strengthen our confidence in who you have made us to be. I believe that you will guide us in this meeting so that positive results can be seen days, months, and even years after today. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
These proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of constituting the accuracy of written minutes. Tapes that are reused, eliminating recorded records of these proceedings. Approval of the minutes of the previous meeting held July 28th, 2022.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes, are there any guests concerning county business? Hearing none, we'll move on.
The report of executive sessions held.
There was one executive session held Monday, August 1st at 9 a.m. for personnel.
The department reports. The budget transfers.
Motion approved.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
There are no supplemental appropriations. Expenditures, approval of payroll check numbers 74460 through 74512, and direct deposit check numbers 6044232 through 6044678 for the payroll paid through the payroll fund checking account for all county funds totaling $664,463.08. This is the payroll dated July 29th, 2022.
Move to ratify.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Approval of check numbers 230342 through 230427 for expenditures through the general fund clearing account totaling $575,533.98.
Move to approve.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
The treasurer's report.
Move to accept.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes. At this time, we'll recess our commissioners' meeting, and I'll call the monthly meeting of the salary board to order.
First item is the approval of the minutes of the salary board meeting held July 7th, 2022.
Move to approve.
Second.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Let's vote twice.
Are there any guests concerning salary board business at this time? Hearing none, we'll move on.
The report of executive sessions held.
There was one executive session held on August 1st, 2022 at 10:30 a.m.
Next item is courts. Judge Nanovic?
So I have a number of motions on the agenda. The first involves court administration, changing the rate of one law clerk from $41,423.20 per annum, which is a grade 18, step C, to $42,660.80 per annum, a grade 18, step D, effective as of August 26, 2022. And that's a motion.
Second.
Judge Nanovic?
Yes.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
The next is a motion to change the rate of one secretary two from $15.43 per hour, pay grade 7, step 8, $21.95 per hour, pay grade 7, step T, effective as of August 8, 2022.
Second.
Judge Nanovic?
Yes.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Next is a motion to change the rate of one secretary one from $20.91 per hour, a grade 6, step T, to $11.95 per hour, a grade 6, step A, effective as of August 8, 2022.
Second.
Judge Nanovic?
Yes.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Next, with respect to magisterial district judge in Rennerly, the motion is to change the rate of one secretary one from $12.31 per hour, a grade 6, step B, to $11.95 per hour, a grade 6, step A, effective as of August 4th, 2022.
Second.
Judge Nanovic?
Yes.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
And finally, with respect to domestic relations, the motion is to change the rate of one domestic relations specialist two from $13.06 per hour, a grade 6, step D, to $11.95 per hour, a grade 6, step A, effective as of August 4th, 2022.
Second.
Judge Nanovic?
Yes.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Okay. Those are all the matters I have on the agenda. Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, thanks, Judge.
The clerk of courts, Mrs. Boney?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'd like to make a motion to change the rate of one first deputy from $20.04 per hour, grade step 5, grade S5, step H, to $16.30 per hour, grade S5, step A, effective August 4th, 2022.
Second.
Mrs. Boney?
Yes.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
I'd like to make a motion to establish the position of one administrative assistant at $13.84 per hour, grade 9, step A, effective August 4th, 2022.
I will make that second with discussion.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just going back to what we did previously, and I'm just going May 12th, we had a change for the courts that was similar to this, and I voted no for it, but the reason I voted no was because there was no job description. You know, and the way that the salaries look, I mean, we have to start doing something. I don't think our salary study is gonna be done for us in time to do the budget, which is really critical for us. And I feel that if we don't start doing things like this, we're gonna keep losing more and more people. And like I said, this here, I just feel it's within line of what was done previously. And there is a job study to this, or a job description that gives the duties of what this person is doing. And it does look like there's a lot of money out there and added to it, but if you reflect on what we did on that May 12th, I mean, I feel that this is well within line. And like I said, we're losing employees all the time, and we have to make decisions to stop losing them. And that's,
Let me clarify something here. That, for one thing, I had requested what the possibility would be of eliminating the grade 5, such as we did the grade 4 previously, back, I think it was at May meeting, or since then. But because of that change, there were, let me get the paperwork here correct. When we did that motion to eliminate grade 4, there were 71 positions affected with that increase, going from a grade 4 to a 5. 23 of those currently filled. A lot of those were summer help, etc. You know, and if we do the grade, you know, and initially I wanted to eliminate the grade 5. And what would happen there, that would affect 101 affected positions. 59 of those are currently filled. There's a lot of vacancies, as we know, in different areas. And what this also does is it creates a problem with the lower positions getting equal to what a lot of the higher positions are getting in other offices. As you saw this morning, what we already did for the judge in the courts was move all these positions to a 6A or in that grade 6. And it is a bad time to do this. I think it stresses the importance of having that salary study done before we go and make all these changes. As much as I wanna do that, I agree with what Rocky is saying, and I agree that a lot of these positions, but unless we group these right, we are gonna do nothing but create more problems. And if you remember, I said that at the last salary board meeting, every time we take a step like this, it creates more problems. And it gets harder to make those decisions. And making a decision like this, going from a 5 or 6 up to a 9 is way out of line. And I will not go along with title changes at this point in time. It just seems like we're trying to create justification for these increases in salaries without the extra responsibility. So I would strongly suggest that we reconsider that, and what my intention is today is to recess this salary board meeting for 2 weeks. Because I think we really have to take a good hard look at what those motions are gonna do. You know,
Mrs. Boney, you have clearly, in this case, justified pay commensurate with duties and responsibilities and actual demands of the office placed upon the employees you have. No one in this county, no leader, has been a more ardent supporter and advocate for their employees as you have. And once again, you have brought forth to us a justifiable request. And I thank you on behalf of your employees and others for who you set the best example of leadership in this county. That's all I have.
again, I will say, if you're gonna do it for this office, you better do it for all the offices. Or we are going to create real havoc in this county, in the courts, and in the other row offices as well as our departments. This is just not right to the other employees, and for people to condemn other employees in other offices and say they don't do as much work or aren't as dedicated is out of line.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor. May I call for the vote?
Call for the vote.
Mrs. Boney?
Yes.
Mr. Severcek?
No.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes?
Mr. Notstein?
No.
I'd like to make a motion to establish one position, administrative assistant bench warrant, at $13.84 per hour, grade 9, step A, effective August 4th, 2022.
Second?
Mrs. Boney?
Yes.
Mr. Severcek?
No.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
No.
I'd like to make a motion to abolish the 2 positions of 2 clerical specialists at $11.38 per hour, grade 5, step A, effective August 4th, 2022.
Second?
Mrs. Boney?
Yes.
Mr. Severcek?
No.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
No.
Thank you.
I hope the 3 of you realize what kind of a burden this is gonna put on this salary board, our HR department, and the havoc this is gonna create in all departments.
May I say something? If that was your feeling, Commissioner Nostine, that should have been taken the stance in May when this first position was changed. One was created of that of the same price per hour, same cost, same effect per hour, even though it was a part-time position. Not now that I'm bringing something to the table and this now being brought up to be a conflict of interest, if you will, to this county. At some point, you need leadership that will take charge in recognizing the issues in this county and taking those steps forward in baby steps to make those changes and not waiting for something that may or may not even happen, which is that job study.
I agree with those baby steps, and I'll go back to that meeting. I made my mistake that day, and I regret it. because it was not fair to the other employees. This is not fair to the other employees.
Make that statement to my individuals who work hard every day doing all of those job duties and
What about,
responsibilities and are
you're
not being
talking how many
compensated.
people compared to all the departments in this county?
Every department head, every row officer has an opportunity to come to executive session for the salary board, present their case, and then to come to this forum to make the case for their employees. Mrs. Boney consistently has. Others from time have, but for the most part, they have not. If they feel there is a need to better match salary with duties commensurate, well, then they need to come before us and make their case.
And we saw that need when we agreed to do a salary study. And that's what I was asking for, so that we could do it correctly and fairly. Let's move on.
Okay, the next item is the public defender. Change the salary of one full-time first assistant public defender from $68,000 per annum to $70,040 per annum, effective August 23rd, 2022.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Change the rate of one legal secretary 3 from $13.58 per hour, grade 8, step B, to $13.18 per hour, grade 8, step A, effective August 11th, 2022.
Move to change the rate.
Second.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Area Agency on Aging, change the rate of one aging care manager supervisor 2 from $22.30 per hour, grade S9, step E, to $19.82 per hour, grade S9, step A, effective August 4th, 2022.
Move to change the rate.
Second.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Corrections. Change the rate of one administrative supervisor from $16.78 per hour, grade S5, step B, to $17.28 per hour, grade S5, step C, effective August 23rd, 2022.
Motion to change the rate.
Second.
Mr. Severcek?
Yes.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes. At this time, I'll recess the salary board meeting until August 18th during the commissioners' meeting. I'll now reconvene the weekly meeting for the commissioners.
The next item is the personnel report for county departments.
Move to approve.
Second.
Oh, excuse me, acknowledge, right?
No.
Was that ours? Approved. Okay,
Oh.
sorry. Yep, very good.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
The acknowledgements for courts and row offices.
Move to,
Oh, go ahead, Chris. I'll
I'll
second.
move to acknowledge.
Okay. Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Correspondence was received as listed. Copies will be made available to the press upon request. Advertising. For approval, authorize the advertisement for the invitation to bid for the CDBG project, Mahoning Township Street Improvements, Center Road, fiscal year 2019, 20, and 21, the reconstruct and pave of Woodlawn Drive to Maple Drive.
Move to approve.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Release of funds. Authorize the advertisement of the finding of no significant impact and request for the release of funds and notice of intent to release funds on July 25th, 2022 for the project of Family Promise Homeless Facility Women's Shelter, fiscal year 2020 CV.
Move for the approval.
Oh, second.
Mr. Arner?
No, not this time.
Mr. Lukasevich?
No.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Boards and authorities. The Planning Commission. For approval, appointment of Harold J. Pudliner of Weatherly, Pennsylvania, to fill the current vacancy and serve as a member of the Planning Commission Advisory Board with a term to expire December 31st, 2022.
Motion to approve appointment?
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Children and Youth. For approval and execution, the Children and Youth Services second quarter fiscal year 2021-2022 Act 148 invoice report, which will result in the county receiving $779,475.
Motion to approve and execute?
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
For approval and execution, the Children and Youth Services third quarter fiscal year 2021-2022 Act 148 invoice report, which will result in the county receiving $779,476.
Motion to approve and execute?
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
The duress system. For approval and execution, a proposal received from Johnson Controls Fire Protection of Allentown, Pennsylvania, for a new wireless and keyboard duress system for the Courthouse Administration Building, 44 and 76 Susquehanna Street locations, in the amount of $81,711.10. Payment for equipment and licensing is due once delivered, with progress labor invoices. Pennsylvania contract number 44-000-23962, and certified payrolls are required.
Motion to approve and execute?
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Human Services. For acceptance, the 2021-2022 third quarter inventory participation report and invoice expense reimbursement request for the Carbon County Emergency Food Assistance Program, which has been submitted to the Department of Agriculture.
Move to accept.
Second?
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Juvenile Court. For approval and execution, the fiscal year 2022-2023 Grant and Aid Award notification from the Juvenile Court Judges Commission for partial salary reimbursement of the juvenile court officers for the term of July 1, 2022 to June 30th, 2023. Estimated revenue $69,300.
Move to approve and execute.
Second?
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
The Public Defender for approval and execution. Award of the contract with Anzalone Forensic Psychology, LLC of Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, for professional services as outlined in the request for proposals, specifically for mental health, competency evaluations, and counseling for the Public Defender's Office. Rate is $175 per hour, plus travel and subsistence, not to exceed $24,850 per year for the term of August 1, 2022 through December 31st, 2023, as recommended by the Chief Public Defender.
Move to approve and execute.
Second?
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
The Solicitor's Report.
Thank you. Seeking approval and execution of a motion on a banner request for display at the Jim Thorpe train station by the Shrine of St. Therese of Nesquehoning, Pennsylvania, for the annual Shower of Roses Shrine of St. Therese. I have to assume the banner is also going to have the date and time of the event. That's not clear, but they're seeking approval to display the banner from September 20th to October 4th of 2022.
Motion to approve and execute?
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
For the courts, seeking approval and execution of a contract with Teresa Crossan on behalf of Keystone Court Reporting of Moosic, Pennsylvania, establishing a per diem court reporting service rate for stenographic services for the Court of Common Pleas. Half day up to 3 hours, $200. Full day up to 8 hours, $350. And over 8 hours billed at $50 an hour, and the agreement may be terminated by either party giving 30 days advance written notice.
Move to approve and execute.
Second?
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Under the Pocono County's workforce investment area, seeking approval and execution of a modification request to the program year 2022 Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act financial agreement commencing July 1st, 2022 and terminating June 30th, 2023 for employment and training related administrative services between Carbon County and Monroe County. The modification would include an additional $1,316,252 in carryover funding, increasing the payment from $1,736,453 to not in excess of $3,052,705.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Seeking a motion for approval and execution of a modification request to the program year 2022 WIOA financial agreement commencing July 1, 2022 and terminating June 30th of 2023 for employment training and related administrative services between Carbon County and Pike County. This modification includes an additional $429,796 in carryover funding, increasing the payment from $671,285 to not in excess of $1,101,081.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Seeking a motion for approval and execution of a modification request to the program year 2022 WIOA financial agreement commencing July 1, 2022 and terminating June 30th of 2023 for employment and training and related administrative services between Carbon County and Workforce Wayne Incorporated of Wayne County. This modification includes an additional $402,934 in carryover funding, increasing the payment from $427,286 to not in excess of $830,220.
Move to approve and execute.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Under tax assessment, seeking a motion for approval and execution of addendum number 1 to the consulting agreement with Red Rock Summit LLC of Ogden, Utah, to add an additional 30 hours from 150 to 180 hours for rewriting and upgrading software used in the tax assessment office. In all other respects, the terms and conditions of the consulting agreement of May 25, 2022 will remain in full force and effect.
Motion approved and execute.
Second.
Mr. Arner?
Yes.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Any further business? Hearing none. Commissioners' reports, Mr. Arner?
I just wanna hit a little bit on this, the motion that we had passed, and I said, I go back to it, this has nothing to reflect on any department. I think this is the entire departments in Carbon County. I've been waiting for a salary study for a long time. I was on the conference call back in January, and I was told that this was supposed to be done somewhere around June or July. I think it's time that we quit relying on the salary study and start making decisions ourselves. And we have to start doing this, what it's gonna reflect. I mean, we have an HR department. If we wind up that there's 10 people in a certain category, then we have to deal with that every week. And that we have to keep pecking away at that, or we're just gonna keep relying on the excuse that where's the salary study? And we're losing people all the time. And if this salary study comes out, and this salary study says that the people that work for us don't even have the value of $13, what we just passed today, then there's a problem. You know, we're gonna lose a lot of people over that. I mean, we're way behind everybody. And like I said, it's not doing a favor for anybody. It's like, we gotta start working on this. Maybe next week somebody else will come in. In a month from now, somebody else will come in. And we have to start doing this, because if this salary study was out and we had it today, and they would say everybody gets a $2 an hour raise, what were we gonna do, say no? Is that what we were gonna do? We were just gonna let our employees that give us their heart every day. So I think we have to make some kind of adjustment. We have to start doing it ourselves, because I am not sitting here and relying on a salary study that is put off every year. And that's all I have on the salary study. To end on a good note, Robert Reeser and Deborah Reese have donated $500 to the dog shelter. So thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Reese. And that's all for my report today.
Mr. Lukasevich?
Yeah, a comment on a vote we took to delay doing the environmental impact study for family promise. The Board of Commissioners did have a meeting within the last week or so with leadership of Family Promise. And a little bit of history. 41 months ago, a county employee came across a homeless single woman in Carbon Plaza. That resulted in the homelessness task force being stood up, and then a commitment at the time by Family Promise to stand up a shelter for single homeless women. 41 months later, not one woman, single and homeless, has a place to go tonight. Right? Not one. Nor is there a contingency plan to meet that need should it occur this evening. There's been definitely some transition and changeover in Family Promise in the board. I've had two highly qualified individuals who have come to me saying they did not accept an appointment to that board out of concerns. I'll use the term dysfunction, not necessarily quoting anyone, but I see dysfunction. I see extreme tension within the leadership at Family Promise. I also don't believe an individual highly competent who herself is passionate and was homeless at one time, who simply has the title of acting director, has or ensures the continuity that's necessary to take this single women's homeless shelter to fruition or realization. So until there is continuity in leadership, until there is clearly demonstrated passion for this, I can't move forward promoting or advocating for these funds. And I'm going to tell you, I was the one working with the acting director who brought to light the availability of these funds. And after meeting with her and other women who are advocates for this, I was very confident that this was going to move forward. But I don't have that assurance. I'm doubting myself significantly. And I have a gut feeling the passion isn't there, the ability, the leadership to take this to realization. So I'm going to continue to vote against moving forward. And I regret having to take that position. I wish I could take this $163,000 and contract with the Hampton Inn and say, keep a room open for us just in case. Because we don't even have that in place. That's all I have on that issue. I am and always have been since August of 2016 when I started coming to commissioners meetings, been an advocate of transparency in government, specifically to right to know. And we are blessed here in the county, and we were before, with solid right to know officers who are very responsive. And I send kudos to Jen, who currently has that position. So I'm a believer in less right to knows and more you already know. And this commission, this Board of Commissioners actually does a very good job. You hear our conversations after every meeting and during. So kudos to my colleagues also for taking that. However, absurdities still occur within municipal government. And I just want to give the public an example of one. I've been working with a constituent of this county on an issue in a municipality to help her and her family. The Board of Commissioners in 2020 signed a letter of support for a grant for a particular municipality to help them provide fundings for the project, which is related to this constituent problem. Yesterday, as I was doing continued research to better understand the grant and the legal limits of its use, prevailing wage, non-prevailing wage, working with the Pennsylvania Finance Authority, DCED, I emailed this municipality and said, as one of 3 commissioners who signed your letter of support, please provide me a copy of your grant application that we supported. The email back said, Chris, please submit a right to know. What absurdity in municipal government. We have a long way to go with ensuring that we as governments are working together on behalf of our constituents. What an absurdity. That's all I have.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes, I cannot believe how you sat here and criticized the people we met with, Family Promise, and again today. And we have the opportunity to get this moving and get those funds out to these people so we can get these people in a homeless shelter. So I find it kind of disturbing that you vote no on something you're pushing for. The other thing I agree, with Rocky, yeah, we have to do something, but we have to do it fairly. We should have sat down and how can we adjust these salaries on a fair basis? And I've always said, we don't need 10, 12, 15 grades, or I shouldn't say, I was advocating for 10 grades. We didn't need like 18 grades of supervisors. Is ridiculous. That's where I feel, and I was hoping that the salary study would, and that's what we requested of the salary study. Cut them both to 10 grades at maximum, so we can group these titles, etc., and responsibilities in all the offices, so we can kind of sit down and decide what positions should be at what grade. I just feel that today's action just confused the issue even more, and maybe there's positions in there that you voted for that should not have really been in those upper grades. And how are you gonna take that back eventually? But I'm all for sitting down before the end of the year and try to hammer this out. But personally, I don't think the other elected officials or the departments are gonna wait. They're gonna be coming at you. So, one thing I do wanna mention, I know it's big on Chris's agenda, and I congratulate him on being appointed to the chair of the Veterans Affairs Committee for NACO. He will, Congress just passed, or Senate passed a bill for the burn pit funding for those that were exposed to hazardous materials while Iraq, Afghanistan, and I forget the other country offhand. And that bill is gonna be signed by the president on Monday, I guess.
Planned,
And
yeah.
Commissioner Lukasevich will be leaving the commissioners' conference to go for that. So I think that's that's on the federal level, and I know the county Veterans Affairs Committees and the Association of Veterans Affairs Directors supported that legislation as well. So congratulations on
Thanks, man.
that accomplishment, and
I gotta say, Christine just emailed me and said 3 individuals walked into the office asking about the PACT Act and toxin exposure already.
yeah.
And you see the demand it's gonna create on our office.
It will. And,
Yeah.
watching the news, I thought it was only like 3,000 veterans in our area or something like that, and I'm not sure where the numbers are at. And Carbon County does have more than their fair share of veterans in and it's about time the government steps up. I can't believe it didn't pass the first time. I don't know why, and why there were so many no votes after these people served their country in conflict and everything, and then vote no on it. It's just unbelievable. I think for those that have never served, I never served in a combat situation, so I don't know at all. but I do know the separation of family and isolation of being at a remote air base for 15 months, and furthest I got was about 6 miles away in 15 months, so I do know what it's like away from Christmas, from family and friends, etc. So, but to be in a combat zone, wearing over 100 pounds of gear in high temperatures, and people whine about what they have to do around here is unbelievable, and I really firmly believe, not just because I'm a veteran, but because these people, you have no clue. Most people do not have a clue what sacrifices these people make in their lives to do what they do just to protect the freedom of people, and the people that oppose the flag and take the knee, etc., and then whine about it and then put in prison in another country and then want the country's help to get out, sit and rot, as far as I'm concerned, if you can't respect our flag and our veterans. So, that's all I have, meeting adjourned.
Good comment.
Oh, Mackenzie, for your first meeting,
They don't want to.
I'll let Ben go first, then I'll pick on you.
To start with the family promise thing, Chris, you had mentioned that it seems like you were on a different page than the board. Do you want to see new leadership, or is there something that could be done by the current administration?
Well, I think part of it is to ensure there's gonna be continuity of leadership to take this forward. An acting director sounds like someone who can be gone tomorrow, right? If you want a project lead, a project manager, right? You want someone who's gonna see from start to finish, right? That's what they need, right? Someone with the vision, someone with the passion and energy, and then the authority. And when you hear acting before it, that sounds kind of, which way are we gonna go tomorrow?
Has
If there's-
anyone indicated that that title will go from acting to just director?
I haven't heard any indication of that it would. You know, always go back, 41 months, Ben, and there isn't even a contingency plan in place, right? Not even a contingency plan. And again, that undermines, I think, the demonstration of a clear commitment to this effort. And frankly, the only time that I've seen them responsive is when pressure is applied to them, right? I shouldn't have to keep on top of them. This should have been done before I came into office, quite frankly. And it still isn't 41 months later, you know?
A little bit of the problem as well, there have been, is the turnover like everywhere else. And, you know, it's a nonprofit. They can't afford to pay the big bucks, and some of their people have left for big bucks.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a lot of little problems
Yeah.
that compound things, and every time you get a new director or something, it really creates problems in an organization, especially a nonprofit, and that if you don't have, you know, I'm not saying the leadership is bad here, but when you have turnover all the time, it doesn't help at all.
And I assume you guys are still in communications with them, trying to work these things out.
We'll re-engage with them for sure after this meeting. I mean, wasn't it last week when we met with them, and we had a good discussion, you know?
Okay, on to the salary board. The two positions that were created, the clerical specialists in the clerk of courts, or, that were abolished, were those the same employees that were put into the position of administrative assistants?
They are vacant positions.
So those are,
They are vacant. They've been vacant for several months.
okay. Now, as far as the study goes, where are we with that? Is that still going on?
I can make the comment on this, and I said, we've been following this, I mean, for a couple years, and I think yesterday we even had, and I think our HR department, and we have been providing as much information to them as we can. The other day, the comment, you know, they wanted to know, like, I think they had asked HR what counties are similar to us.
Yeah.
And I think I told Dawn about it this morning. I think Jeff Weiss, I said, aren't there any counties that are similar to us? I mean, we need a county that is small, that has large counties around it. You know, that way I think we can gauge it, that maybe we can only pay 80% of the wages what they're paying in the bigger counties, but is that working for them? And the way I understand from Jeff, I think Armstrong County is the county that is similar to us. So I'm hoping that we can relay back to this Evergreen and give them that information, because we're never gonna be able to pay what Allentown pays, you know? And I see everybody, and we're all concerned about the money. But it's also, like I said, $13 an hour is even terrible for people, you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, they're all, and everybody is confidential here. I mean, to me, it doesn't matter what department you're in. I mean, you don't want somebody in the pathonetaries giving information out, you know, or whatever department, archives, you know, it doesn't matter. And I think we just have to do this overall, and it's frustrating for me that every time we get back, it's almost like we're starting over again, you know, and it's like, if I would have hired somebody on, and I said, I swung a hammer for 35 years. And I think if I would have did a study, I would have looked at a county that was similar to ours. And that's what I said. I think Armstrong County might be the one for us to look at. And then we can gauge ourselves. You know, we're not going to pay the $22, but can we pay 20% of that to make it worse for the people? You know, that maybe we can pay 19 or 20 in some positions. But it's just not. And I said, we just keep losing people. I mean, our children and youth department went from, I think, 32 down to 24 people. You know, and children and youth, you think would be our easy department because we get funded 80%. And so, and like I said, and I understand Wayne, and, you know, and we always have to look out for the money. I think that's the biggest part. But to have the work done properly, I mean, I would rather have 5 people in the department if we had to exchange that and not have 6. You know what I mean? Are we looking at it on that angle also? I mean, we can regulate the budget on how we want to and the performance of the people. I mean, this young lady here, I'm sure she wants a raise. She works every day. Every time I ask her something, it's on my desk. And I think for what she does, her pay is terrible, you know? And I'm not putting her out, but it's like, it's across the whole county, you know?
It's across all counties.
Yeah, it's,
You know, getting the good quality applicants, and we've been going through it, and I'm going through it with the Conservation District as well. We put all these ads out and everything else, and we get a good qualified applicant, set up a meeting for an interview, and they don't even call and say they're coming. So that's part of the problem as well. People are leaving for various reasons, you know, some retiring, some better paying jobs, etc. But that has been an issue as well, is the quality of the application and showing up for the interviews. We're getting a lot of that, you know. So not only the salaries, there's a whole list of things that are really hurting all counties. Every county in the state, we talked about it before, has issues with children and youth and staffing levels. There's a gaggle with the county commissioners now, as well as the corrections officers, and proper staffing and the availability of staffing. It's sheriff's departments and another, keeping enough people there. I think we're down at least 5 right now. And that changes, well, it doesn't really change. We hire and somebody leaves, you know. So it's a lot of departments, and it's not always the money, you know. But yeah, we're concerned about the money, and I agree, we need to do it, but let's do it right.
and even like with some of the larger counties, some of their departments, their complement, like what they have employees is half of what's on their complement. I mean, you look in like Berks County and stuff, in some of their departments, they have 90 people in a department and they have 54. Like, I mean, and it is not just us, but ours, I think, is
And
a
they
little
pay more
unique.
to us, too.
Yeah, I mean,
They
ours
can't
is
get
unique because we're in the middle of all the big counties. That's what our problem is.
Right. And I think, you know, as Commissioner Arner mentioned about similar county, we're not just talking, and he's not talking just about size. It's about having things like the Lehigh Valley, Humboldt, and things like that that draw people away from, you know, Carbon County into other areas. I would mention, just think about, let's just say inflation's 10% instead of 9%. You know, so let's say a $21 million budget for salaries alone. So think about what it would take just for us to match inflation this year. And I know I see a lot on social media, a lot of people say we underpay our employees, county residents. Well, in order for us not to underpay our employees, it comes at a cost to every single taxpayer. So you just have to be aware of that. You know, think about 10% of $21 million, right? 2.1, right? 1 mil equals $1.5 million more or less. You know, for us to even to keep up with inflation, it would come at a cost. So we have some hard calls to make when it comes to this budget year and how we, you know, help ensure we can retain our employees and take care of them.
We're mandated to do a lot of these things, okay? We don't have a choice on them. And in children and youth and maybe even aging in other offices, if we had one person, one kid in particular, slip through the cracks because we don't have the staffing, things aren't properly documented, it could cost the county millions of dollars. So, you know, in that respect, I think it also justifies that increase sometimes because the liability and how we're exposed to those possibilities of lawsuit if we don't do certain things as well as if we don't maintain a certain standard with children and youth, we could possibly lose that 80% funding or a good portion of it. So a lot of the decisions we have to make at this table, we don't have we aren't making a decision,
Right.
it's or else.
Yeah.
Okay, it's mandated, and I've always said that how many times have our state elected officials come to us and ask us how much or how any particular legislation is gonna affect us, what is the cost to us? They don't worry about that because they don't have to raise taxes, but we're the ones that, a lot of times, that legislation costs us that money. The 30-plus legislations that came out after the Sandusky thing, that all increased the amount of paperwork, the amount of investigation. If there's one report, you have to investigate everybody that lives in that house, relatives that visit frequently. It takes time, and a normal caseworker cannot do 30 cases like they used to. They're down to 20 or less. Although, because we're short-staffed, they're still up there, and our supervisors are also doing those cases. So it's put stress on everyone, and that's when these people make mistakes as well. They are stressed out.
And even look today, like we've been like approving grants, and we've been getting people's pay for a year or 2 years, and then it's our responsibility after that, and it's things that we want to do to make the county better. And it's like they hand this off to us, and we're supposed to figure out. It looks like, oh, we're great, we gave them a grant, but nobody realizes in 2 years it's coming back on us. So some of these salaries were, we want to make it better for the county. We might have just added $400,000 onto our budget in accepting these couple grants. I mean, there's got to be something out there more than just saying, okay, you got this grant, let's follow up with it a little bit more. I mean, it happened like you looked at kindergarten in school. Kindergarten in school was half day. Then it was good that they were going to have full time, but now after 4 years, then the schools had to pay for the full time. And that's the situation that we're in. Like, I mean, some of this stuff, like for the public defender and the DA and everything, probably in 2-3 years from now, we're going to and should we drop them positions if they're working? No, if they're working good, we should continue them. I mean, maybe it's a little bit of a gauge for us to try it, but it seems like it's working. I mean, and this is what the district attorney or the public defender has been asking for years, to put something in place like that. So, I mean, and I said, it's just, we get these things, and like Wayne, the mandates is not just the grants, it's the mandates in all departments, and we're stuck with the money.
Or the failure to increase the budgets, our budget for the mental health has been flat for 10 years now. They did not get the increase that we thought we were gonna get. How much has the mental health, or how many more cases do we have here in the county than we had 10 years ago? How much inflation in 10 years? But we're still operating on the same amount we get from the state. And who makes up the difference? The residents of Carbon County.
So is the study still underway?
Yes.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, the most recent thing, as Commissioner Arner said, they came back to us after working with HR, looking at 8 quote-unquote counties plus about 80 or so duty positions that they'll be comparing wages and salaries to. It's behind. It's behind.
Is there any anticipation on when it's gonna be done yet?
Not that I know, I haven't gotten any.
Honestly. It's been too drawn out, too drawn out.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned children and youth. I saw there were two, I believe they were grants in here as well. Is that new money to them or is that budgeted? I think they were about 700,000 each.
That's what's budgeted to us every year,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. I think that's it.
Can I make one comment? You're speaking of children and youth. My office, the clerk of court's office, is responsible to keeping the original record of children and youth. And by no means is this to take anything away from children and youth. They deserve everything they get and compensation from the state. My office, as well as the judicial secretary who has to prepare those orders, is not compensated by the state, yet we are required to do what's necessary of my office, and that is to keep those original records, which includes docketing all documentation that comes through either via pack file or by hand delivering to the door, or if an attorney should bring to my office for filing. The clerk of court's office is responsible for that. And again, another thing that my employees now with these two positions will have some compensation for having to do those duties.
Kenzie, any questions?
Nope, I'm
Okay, good enough.
Where's Amy at?
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
well, remember she said she was probably gonna be out, I know Kelly's still.